I do call him Black Jesus.
Exactly.
Yep.
But I would never call him that.
That's disgusting. If you eat
No.
if you eat Hershey's bar for fun, you like golf balls in your mouth.
Really weird. So, I'm a really simple guy when it comes to women. What is wrong with you?
I ask myself that every day.
I don't know what the hell happened from the series before to the series with the Celtics.
It's my biggest conversation, and I hope you go viral with this one.
Princess Navarro.
You're drunk. You should not be drinking. You should not be drinking this early in the day, bro.
Buddy, I still got 30 minutes. I start drinking.
Good evening and welcome into Gumball Sports Machine. Your favorite podcast, my favorite podcast, a few other people's favorite podcast. It is the podcast in which we love, we laugh, we hug, we cry, we smile, and most importantly, we are positive. And as you guys very well know, this ship does not run on just the gas that I provide. There are a lot of people that put their input into the show, like one of which, who is my boy, my dog, David Largo, aka co-host D-Lo in the building. D-Lo, how are you doing? Actually, I don't care how you're doing. Actually, now that I think about it, I could care honestly less.
You see, this is what we're talking about. Always talking about the show in which we're positive, and then right away doesn't show any positivity whatsoever.
No. Was there any positivity in the Cardinals getting BTA? Don't answer that. And of course, next we get to our analyst, our expert in both basketball and football. You got a question, he got it, he got an answer, and he is Kyson. He is Killer Kyson. He is my dog, my boy, my brother. Kyson, how
what
are
up,
we
y'all?
doing?
Hey, look, first, what we do here on Gumball Sports Machine is we give flowers, right? And I'm watching that intro, and I got to point it out, man. My man Jamal has lost weight, man. He looked good. Like, the jawline showing, you know what I'm saying? Look, I seen him the other day, right? And he had on one of our shirts. And I had to ask him, like, yo, this a double X? Like, what? Because that thing was looking big on him. You know what I'm saying? So, kudos to you, man. Keep doing what you're doing, and D-Lo, you too, man. You was letting us know that you was in the gym this week. That inspired me to start my gym journey. So we just letting y'all know, hey, we getting to it as a unit. Just wanted to point that out real quick.
First of all, Kyson, well, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, though.
You see, Maul, that's how you be positive. That's how
you
you be
shut your
positive.
mouth. You shut your mouth. That's what you do. You shut that pie hole of yours right now. You don't deserve. You've been happy enough all week. I need some happiness. You know what? Thankfully, my dog Kyson provided me some happiness. See, my team's been doing all week. Suns have a 20-point lead in the fourth quarter and lose, and then the Cardinals just don't even show up. They come in and they lay down. So thank you for providing me a little bit of happiness, Kyson. It's much appreciated. Now, again, we're going to get to sadness. Now, before that, actually, you know what? Kyson, I'm going to let you take off on this game because we have some video clips that I have to input into the system. So I'm going to need a few seconds. But Kyson, you saw what happened on Sunday. It was a lot of BTA. It was a lot of fondling. It was a lot of listen. The 49ers had their way with the Cardinals. That's the way it was. It was the way it was from the very beginning when they gave up a 99-yard kick return to Sky Moore to put the 49ers on the one, and then for Christian McCaffrey to moonwalk into the end zone. What did you see from the 49ers that you like the most, especially in Brock Purdy's return? Do you think they could contend in the NFC?
I mean, well, how do I be nice when I say this? The Cardinals is one of them teams you say, when you beat them, you say it's the Cardinals, right? Just like the Cowboys, just like the Raiders, you know. So I don't think the Niners are really too much hyping up this win. They usually beat y'all in Arizona at that. For those of y'all that don't live in Arizona, every time it's a Niners game in Arizona, We got our little district area called Westgate. It's Niner land. Like you would have thought it's Friday, Saturday. You would have thought the game was that day. It's so many Niners fans. Like they take it over every single time. And that just shows what the rivalry is, man. And just also I'm always gonna give credit to Kyle Shanahan. He's just amazing coach. He should be in for coach of the year because it don't matter if you got Mac Jones, you got Brock Purdy. He gets it done and he gets it done quick. They pretty much put y'all out y'all misery real quick, 28-10, 25-10 going into the half. And yeah, it was a total beatdown. You know, C-Mac felt like he was even more comfortable with Brock. Brock couldn't have chosen a better game to come back to, coming back to his home state. Got to spend time with the fam down there at Green Creek. You know, so it really was like a high school game for him. You know, but for the Cardinals, one thing I want to point out is Jacoby. He had a monster night. He had 452 yards. He only didn't complete 10 of his passes, threw 47 times. He had a crazy game. Michael Wilson, 10 catches, 185. Like that was all garbage time though. Like literally, like it was just all just chipping away. So I think Jacoby might be auditioning for a job next year, honestly. I think someone's gonna give him a Justin Fields type of deal, 2-year, $35 million, $40 million next year to come start for the first 5, 6 games, 7, 8 games for their rookie. And because he's definitely making a name for himself. But the Cardinals aren't healthy. I think once they gave up on Kyler, or if Kyler's injury is real or not, I think that's kind of derailed the energy this team has had, and that was just a prime example of it this weekend.
D'Lo, this is your team. So I know there was a lot that you liked from this team, and how they played on Sunday. What did you see from them? And I thought it was ridiculous. And Kyson, I want to get your thoughts on this too. I thought it was ridiculous, the quarterback controversy, quote unquote quarterback controversy that was in San Francisco. But Brock Purdy came back and he looked like the leader of that team, and he looked like he didn't miss a beat. What did you see from Brock Purdy and your boys on Sunday?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I want to say to Kyson's point, yeah, it was Niner faithful in State Farm Stadium.
Yeah.
Third down situations, the Niner fans were louder than the Cardinals fans, and that just tells you all you really need to know. Um, on the quarterback situation, I always knew that this was going to happen. Um, Now, I hope Mac Jones finds a place that isn't as a backup because I feel like he's done enough to earn what Kyson was just talking about, like that Justin Fields, 2-year deal to potentially start and prove himself. I think he's earned that this season with how well that he's played. Granted, it is the Shanahan system, so you got to take a little bit into consideration when you say that. Um, but this was always going to be Purdy's team. He's shown enough to prove that in the time that he started, and now that he's back from that injury, he said that he was feeling good, and you saw it. I mean, he was electric, and 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Um, Only got sacked once. Great sack by Josh Sweat, by the way. I'm gonna shout that out. Great sack. Um, but really, I like what I saw. I don't think that he's the reason we won this game, though. I think that special teams and the defense is the reason we won this game. They put Brock in great field position all day. The entire game, he was in excellent field position. There was only one coming off of the fumble on the goal line where he was within the 10, and that was it. I mean, every other drive, he was at least on the 50. at the very least on the 50. And so we were getting 7 or 3 every drive down. So I want to give a shout out to that, but he looked good from what I saw. Hopefully he can keep it up. Um, hopefully, because they're still not bringing him back yet, but Brandon Ayuk coming back soon. And so I think this team is just going to get better. And yeah, I liked everything that I saw.
Yeah, I'll start with the Niners. The Niners look good. Going into this game, I thought the Cardinals would have not a very big chance. I thought they would have a slim chance. This is Brock Purdy's coming back game. He might have a little rust. He might have not the case whatsoever. This team looked very good. I mean, they might have played one of the most, if not the most complete game that they've played all season. The Niners I'm talking about. They played a very, very complete, complementary football game on Sunday. And that's what the great teams do. Now, are they going to be able to compete with the teams like Seattle and the Rams in their division? I don't know if that is going to be the case. But they look good on Sunday. And again, that defense, obviously losing as many people as they've lost, losing the two best players on defense in Fred Warner and Nick Bosa, and losing multiple pieces after that has been tough. But they've been able to gut out some wins. They've been able to find their way. And so they did that on Sunday, and they did that easily on Sunday. Now, to my organization, boy, do I have a few thoughts on this. First of all, I'll start with the two positives. One being Jacoby Brissett. The 2 picks he threw weren't pretty. And that's going to be the thing with Jacoby Brissett. He's going to have to protect the football. He's going to have moments because he's not a starter. He's not a starting quarterback. He is not a franchise quarterback. He is a backup quarterback. And now, like Kyson mentioned, he very, very, very well could be auditioning for a starting job next year as a bridge quarterback for some team. But those are the ups and downs you're going to have to live through with Jacoby Brissett behind the center. The other one was another guy that Kyson mentioned was Michael Wilson. Michael Wilson, 15 catches on 185 yards receiving.
Yeah, my bad. I said 10. Tripping.
You good. It's all good. The most receiving yards of any receiver in the NFL this season. And that says a lot, man. That says a lot. A lot of it, yes, is in garbage time. But there have been a lot of teams in garbage time that hasn't been able to do that. And so for Michael Wilson to step up like that without Marvin Harrison Jr. Was really impressive. And so I think he solidified that number 2 wide receiver spot for the future. I think he's really good. The only worry I have about him is him staying healthy, which he's been able to do for the most part throughout his career, aside from his rookie year.
Speaking before you continue with that, because I want to shout him out. And I don't think a lot of that was garbage time. I know Jamal was watching the game. He had 2 really deep bombs that he caught. One with the pass interference. I was right in front of that actually when that happened. And I thought it was offensive pass interference, but we'll leave it alone. The other one, though, I mean, both of them, that accounted for probably 90 to 100 yards of his 185. So I want to say that not all of that was garbage time, short chunkage. Like, he had some deep threats, and he was cooking all game, really. The entire game, he was open. Really made me very upset, but it's fine.
He was impressive. He was impressive, fellas. And I think that was the other positive. Now, boy,
what you think would Marv would have did with that?
Here's the thing, though, Kyson. The difference in between Michael Wilson and Marvin Harrison Jr. this year is that Michael Wilson, he wasn't expected. Like, the game plan wasn't surrounded around Michael Wilson. You going into the game without Marv, it is how do we stop 85? Now, the 49ers did not do a very good job of that either. He still had for 115 yards and a touchdown. But in terms of the outside guys, the plan was let them, if they're going to have a big game, let them have a big game. Do not let 85 go off. and do not let the running game get going. Now, the running game for sure didn't get going. They ran the ball 13 times.
I was to say part of that was DeMarcado going out early.
Yep.
He went
And
out
he's going to be
pretty
out this
early.
Sunday again. Yeah. So that hurt. That was a tough hit. But Marvin Harrison Jr. is a little tougher for him because the game plan is 18 and 85. Do not let those guys get going. They can beat us. If the other guys beat us, so we'll live. We'll live. We did what we were supposed to. I think with Marv Kyson, it's a little different. But in terms of the negatives, boys, the offensive line looked a lot better. They've still been shaky all year. For whatever reason, this team can't get the run game going. That was their strong suit the past 2 years. They were top 5 in rushing in each of the last 2 years. For whatever reason, they can't run the ball. Now, maybe again, a lot of that has to do with their top 2 running backs going down for obviously James Conner the whole season and Trey Benson for a large period of time. But the run game can't get going. Jacoby Brissett was throwing the ball all over the yard, but special teams looked horrible. They got a kick blocked. It went in, but they got a kick blocked. And boys, 17 penalties. 17 penalties. You want it? When I look at the stat sheet, that's where the game was lost.
And that's why I wanted to point out Kyle Shanahan early. Because Gannon got outcoached early.
Yep.
Beginning, first half, put him out. All right. Solid, it's you.
Yeah,
Shanahan let his coordinators. He literally let his coordinators run the second half. He did nothing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And he boy, did he do a good job? He could do. Now, somebody familiar faces in the chat. Look at that. Look at Kev. Kev is in the chat. But
of course he is.
He's supposed to be in here talking about the Patriots.
Yeah, but okay. Well, I guess that would be.
No, we could skip them. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he mentioned, you can't replace.
Great point.
Or Trey Benson. He was looking pretty good before he got hurt too. So.
Yeah. I mean, it's just there's so many things that have gone wrong this year, and the defense again. Okay, you give up the 99-yard touchdown, right? So you got them on the 1. We've all seen drives. We've all seen teams who've got the ball to the 1 with first and goal that have not scored. They scored in 1 play. No fight whatsoever. None. Fellas, I will start this point by saying I am a humongous fan of Jonathan Gannon. I think he can be a successful coach. I think he can be a winning coach in the NFL. He is a fantastic coach. This was not a good look. This loss, last week's loss to Seattle, 2 blowout games, and of course the worst one of the season to Tennessee. Still Tennessee's only win on the year. It has not been a good look for Jonathan Gannon this season. And again, it's not the front office I'm worried about in terms of the general management. Now, you want to talk about ownership? I can go on for hours. We will be here until Saturday about me talking about the horribly ran Cardinals organization at top. I hope I don't get in trouble for that. But
we got to start with the stadium, man.
It's Kyson. It's ridiculous.
It's elementary. We got high school stadiums better than that in Texas.
It's so bad. There needs to be more an investment into winning. And when I say winning, that's not just on the football field. Kyson, to your point, that's making sure that your fans, when they pay their hard-earned money to come watch your team play, not only do they put a good product on the field, but they enjoy themselves in the stadium.
Yeah, I had a good time.
It's okay. Well, you shut your mouth.
You ain't hard to please, D-Lo.
Yeah. But it starts at the top.
Time.
Winning starts at the top. And right now, the top winning isn't a priority. And I think that's a joke. And that's what's making this organization a joke. I mean, like Kyson said, when good teams beat the Cardinals, it was, oh, yeah, it was a good win, but it was only the Cardinals. When is it going to be, oh, they beat the Cardinals, that's a good win? Or the Cardinals won, How about that? The Cardinals won.
Well, look, I'm gonna disagree with you on one thing. I agree with you that Gannon can be a good coach. Ain't no head coach. He can be a great D coordinator, just like he was back in Philly. He's not. He can't lead no leader. Man, he lost the locker room when he punched DeMarcado in the gut. When he lost his cool. When you lose your cool as a coach, and we know we've coached kids. When you lose them, it's no longer up to you. It's up to them.
And that's fine. You know what I mean? It's the same way with the Dolphins. Head coach is just not a head coach.
It's not.
But he's a
Now, that
great
was a big mistake.
OC. He's
Great.
a great offensive coordinator.
But you got to be a leader of men first and foremost.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he can be. I think he can be a really good head coach. Now, that mistake, Kyson, was big. That was big, especially depending on the type of person / player that you are in that locker room. How you saw that such situation, it can vary on the way you feel about Gannon now. But his energy, the way he goes about himself, I think he can be a very good. I've met him a few times. I mean, dude, he's got a ridiculous energy. Like he's got a ridiculous. Like he is passionate about what he does. He's locked in. Like what you see on camera is not Jonathan Gannon off camera. Like he is a completely different person. Like during his weekly pressers, he's quiet, he's monotone, he's just kind of there. But Jonathan Gannon off the camera is completely different, dude. I promise. And so
let me ask you this: You think Kyler gave up on him?
I think
Kyler ain't hurt, man. I'm sorry, man. He's not hurt. I was at that game. He got dinked in the head, and that's the last we've seen of him. Like no one, I promise you. I was in the Ring of Honor. That was the seats I was in. No one knew what was wrong with Kyler. We were just so confused. Where is Kyler? We haven't seen him since. I just don't think he's hurt. I think it's something.
Well, he's not hurt. Call of Duty came out. We know where he's at.
See, there you go. There you go.
We know.
It's just crazy, man.
Also, yeah, but I don't know. There's just a lot of things wrong with the Arizona Cardinals right now. Now, D'Lo, I also do want to point out you just disgusted me. You were drinking out of a Dallas Cowboys cup.
Yeah, my mom's a Cowboys fan.
That has nothing to do with me. You drank out of it. That's the only cup you got in the house?
Yeah, that's the only clean one I got right now.
You couldn't wash a cup? You knew he was coming on the pod.
They're in a dishwasher.
Somebody's a Dak Prescott fan.
Absolutely not. That kid is.
You could have.
That kid's worse than Kyler.
Oh, okay.
Worse than Kyler.
That was excessive. I'm sorry. That was unnecessary. Anyway, Kyson, you're wearing a winning team's hat today. Is that the Baltimore Ravens I'm looking at? The Baltimore Ravens has got back to 500, fellas. The Baltimore Ravens are back in it. Lamar Jackson looked horrible on Sunday, but they got the win. They got the win over a horrendous Browns team, but a win is a win. I wish I could say we got a win over anybody. So, but Baltimore Ravens beat the Browns in Cleveland. Dylan Gabriel did get hurt. Shedeur Sanders came in, did not look great. Almost led a drive until that drive ended very suddenly. Also, I do want to also point out, if I keep looking over to my right, I'm a little distracted today, everybody. The Suns game is on right now. They're up 29 now to 23. They're playing the Blazers. So if I keep looking over here, that's what I'm looking at. But we'll get to that later. Ravens won. They beat the Browns yesterday. They are back in the AFC North race, as well as the wild card race. And actually, real quick before we get to that, there are some comments about that cup. D'Lo. Kevin says that cup should only be used to piss in. So there's that.
Not a Patriots cup.
Yeah. Papadano says that's the best cup to drink out of. I could not disagree more in my entire life of anything. And Kevin once again harps on the cup. So
see, but what's in it is really good. So
hydration.
Yeah, you know what is it? What is in it? It's not that stuff, is it?
No.
It's not that drink? No. Okay.
No,
That drink is crazy.
No,
just some
what?
water.
That's boring.
Water. You know what they
He
say?
said,
Health
"That's
is
boring."
wealth. Health is wealth. Come on, Mo.
Oh, yeah, health is wealth, I
We're on
guess.
a journey right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on that journey with you. So maybe I might start lifting a little bit more, but I'm more in the slimming business right now.
I am too. Don't worry.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about those Ravens. Kyson, obviously an ugly win, but keyword being win. How did your Ravens look, and what do you give your Ravens? What chance do you give your Ravens to come back and win the AFC North and or sneak into the wild card?
Look, first off, I told y'all this last time we was on the pod. Last time I was on the pod, Steelers effed up. They effed up, man. I ain't gonna cuss. They effed up, man. They let us back in, and it's over. The Steelers just lost A-Rod. They got to pull in. Hey, Jamal, they got to put your boy in. Willis, William. They got to put him in.
I like him. I didn't. I wasn't the biggest fan at Ohio State. I wasn't the biggest fan, but he played well down the stretch in the playoff. So if they put him in after being back up to Aaron Rodgers,
Hey,
we'll
you
see
gotta
how
come
he
see
plays.
us. Got to.
Yeah, that's tough.
But all jokes aside, man, honestly, Jamal, I would not look at it as an ugly win. I would look at it as a win. The reason why I wouldn't look at it as an ugly win, those ugly wins to me was when Lamar had to do everything, and we barely scraped by. That's an ugly win to me. This is a convincing win to me. I get it's the Browns, but one thing we haven't done in forever is sweep the Browns. We haven't swept the Browns in the regular season in a while. So the fact that we were able to do that and our defense really showed up and took advantage of a team that was in a disadvantage, that's all we're looking for. We're not looking for these huge blowout wins. We're just looking for improvement. And D'Lo was getting on me before the show started, y'all, basically saying that the Ravens defense is still, but I get that. We still some mediocre. Okay. We're getting there. Kyle Hamilton, one of the best defenders in the league, best safety in the league, easily. Hey, sacked him and said, "This thing working?" But honestly, y'all, if I could be honest, I was very nervous. I was very nervous watching this game. I'm nervous watching every Ravens game. They don't make any game stress-free. Trust. No matter who it is, they're gonna make it. We were 40-25. Do I need to even bring that up? Right? So I was very stressed out watching this game. But man, when they put in Shadur Sanders, the first thought I had in my mind was, damn, Shadur, I hate it had to be against us, man. I really do. Because not only did you not want to play for us, allegedly, but we didn't do a demo. We not about to play around with you. This is not about to be your suit. This is not about to be your Cinderella story. No. We need that, big bro. We sending 6. We sending 7. Yes. We blitzing you. Get rid of it. And when I seen, oh my God, I was just like, thank you. We're good. We're good. We just gotta score. Literally, all we gotta do is score. He think this high school, this JUCO, he chilling, patting the ball, bro. This the NFL. I get our pass rush ain't the best, but bro, you got 5 seconds max. Get rid of it.
Max.
You chilling in there. Browns O-line is not that good. So I'm not gonna be too hard on Shadur. That was his first time ever this season with the full first team, with the first team linemen, first team receivers, running backs. That was his first reps with them all season. I'm not gonna harp him on that. He got thrown into a situation, wasn't ideal. I expect him to perform against the Raiders. They are a much easier defense. It won't be easy, but it will be easier. And yeah, I'm confident. We got the Jets coming up. They got Tyrod in, and another former Ravens backup, Tyrod Taylor. We got to do you in too, bro. We got to do you in too. Go to 6-5. And look, right now I can't really focus on the wild card because the wild card is insane. The Bills are 7-4, and they're in the wild card right now. We are 5-5. Our best chance is to win a division. So most likely we gotta. Unfortunately, we spotted these teams 5 games. We gotta really wait for the Steelers to fall off, and that will happen very soon. We will get to that later. Jalen Ramsey getting into altercations. That secondary is crumbling. That team is crumbling. Tomlin, he's a great coach. I would love to have a coach like Tomlin, but he can only do so much. He can't coach a quarterback being good. We've seen it already. He's tried it. He tried it with 2 different quarterbacks last year. Now he's got a rookie potentially to lead them to the playoffs. No, thank you. My Ravens, our destiny's really in our hands. We got to keep winning these games. We got to take care of the teams that we need to take care of. And I'm just looking at it week by week. Win the division. Wild card is insane right now. All the division leaders in the AFC are 9-2, if I'm not mistaken, besides the Steelers. So
yeah,
it's a bloodbath right now. But I'm very proud of what I've seen. I don't look at it as an ugly win. I just look at it as a win, baby.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I was like, no way he's gonna throw the W's and not eat them. Yep, I knew it was coming. Kev agrees with you. He said y'all can easily go win that division. Which again, if the Steelers keep playing the way they're playing, especially if A-Rod goes out, I think that division is absolutely up for grabs. He said they can't maintain being up top again without Aaron Rodgers. It's going to be tough. And the Jags, they're playing well right now. They just destroyed the Chargers, and then they got my lowly, pathetic Arizona Cardinals this week in Arizona. Not that makes much of a difference, but so the Jags might have an opportunity to sneak in there, in the AFC South, but Kevin doesn't think so.
Hey, one more thing. We got 2 games that I'm scared. And that's the Patriots. We got the Patriots coming up soon. We got the Packers coming up soon. Can y'all tell me what do those 2 teams have in common?
The Packers and
the Patriots.
They both got good quarterbacks. They both have good pass rushes.
Ding, 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 ding. You don't even need a great pass rush against us.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett had 4 sacks. Falala, number 77, one of the worst linemen we've ever seen.
Yeah.
6'8". He was a tackle. They had to move him to guard because he's way too slow to play tackle. Way too slow.
Yeah.
Man, he is terrible. And we won't make a change at O-line. So I'm afraid that we have 2 games that you can mark as chopped. Because we can't block a Micah Parsons. We can't block that front 4 that the Patriots send out every game. We just can't. That's the major concern. That's my major concern with this team right now. Defense is loading up though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Patriots, they don't exactly have like a guy on the edge, right? They don't have a guy.
A bunch of them.
But it's boy, they rushed that pass by
Philip Williams. What's his name? Philip Landry?
Yeah, Harold Landry. Yeah, he's a dog. Milton Williams, their free agent acquisition. Man, but they got a bunch of guys, and obviously Micah Parsons is one of the best defensive players in football.
Rashad Gary.
Yeah, Rashad Gary. Man, he's a Michigan guy, but boy, I love his game. I've loved him since he came out. Like he can play. D-Lo, Ravens. You saw what they did, and you saw, again, they're 500. They got their guy back, and they're on a little bit of a winning streak right now. Their chances to make the playoffs are
100%. I think they win the division, especially with Aaron Rodgers going out. I have no faith in the Steelers. I had little faith in the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers, and now that he's not in the lineup, I have no faith in the Steelers. And it's tough because I just don't like anybody in that division, to be honest. I get the Ravens won on Sunday, but Lamar Jackson had a very awful game. 2 interceptions, got sacked 4 times. Like that's just not normal for Lamar, and it might be an outlier. But really, the only consistent piece on that offense throughout the season has been Derrick Henry. He looked good again, 18 for 103 and a touchdown. I don't know. I think the AFC this year is wide open, and the people that we expect to be leading are not leading. Um, They're really coming into the year. We all thought it was the big three, right? Baltimore, Buffalo, and Kansas City. And looking at all of them have had ups and downs, and a lot of the downs are a lot lower than a lot of the ups. I think that while they have 100% chance to win the division, I don't know with how they're constructed right now how far they'll actually go. And for me, that's the biggest thing. So I,
I
I'm just
think
not heavy on them.
I think D'Lo, I think Lamar ain't healthy all the way. There's a few times he could have took off and he just refused to. Like I think he's still hobbled. I think he's literally forcing his way to play. And I literally said this yesterday. Put Huntley in this week. It's the Jets. I'm sorry. It's the Jets. They are literally trying to lose. I think Huntley especially against the Bears, that was a huge win. This is the Jets. You can put Huntley in for the Jets. I really love. I hate to bring it up again, but Kyle Shanahan, Brock Purdy was practicing for 5 weeks, full, like with pads. He just wasn't feeling it, and Mac Jones is getting it done. So, what's the point of rushing our star quarterback? We just pay all these millions to go out there hurt himself again when we got a guy that's sustainable. I think we have that with Huntley. I think Huntley can come in, beat the Jets, and then Lamar can take us away. Because Lamar, I think, needs at least one more week of rest because he is not healthy. He's not looking like himself. I'm not making excuses for him. I'm just calling. I've been watching this dude for the past 7, 8 years. Even in college, I watched him. So really, a decade I've been watching this guy. He did not look like what we are used to, like you said. I think he's hobbled. And Derrick Henry, I think age is catching up to him because man, he got caught. Did you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Man got caught
That
at the
was
2-3 yard line. Like, what?
Unhook the trailer.
Come on, get that monkey
Unhook
off your
the
back.
trailer.
And I get Ward, he's insanely fast, but I ain't worried about that, man.
I think this team, when you talk about the Ravens, the most important thing for this team, and I think you guys mentioned it, the most important thing that happened on Sunday is that they got the run game going again. They got the run game going again. Derrick Henry, 18 for 107. That's almost 6 yards a carry. That is what this Ravens team is built upon. That's what they're built upon. That's, they don't have this number one receiver that they can go out. Zay Flowers is good. And, in my opinion, and maybe you guys might agree, Zay Flowers isn't a number one anywhere in this league. He's not a number one guy. And he's not going to be that guy that goes and gets you 15 catches, 150 yards, 2 touchdowns, whatever it is. He's not going to be that guy. He's going to be the deep threat when the run game is working. And so when you go to play action, you can throw it down the field to Zay Flowers. He can do that. But he's not going to be the guy that is going to be that go-to guy. For that reason, the Ravens have the run game, in which they have to rely on. And now they got the run game going against a I think is a very good defense in the Browns defense. Now, they couldn't score the ball if their life depended on it, but their defense is pretty good. And so to that point, the Ravens got the run game going, Derrick Henry, obviously, and then Mark Andrews on that direct snap touchdown, which was insane. They got the run game going. My only worry is Lamar has to remember what team he plays for. He has to remember that his team is purple. And so he can't turn the ball over. Kyson, he can't turn the ball over. He has to protect the ball. He looked horrible. He did not look good on Sunday. Again, maybe that's because Myles Garrett was rushing him, one of the greatest pass rushers of all time, not just right now, but of all time that's rushing him. Maybe that was the case, but he looked horrible. And now I think that, in Kyson, you made the point earlier, he didn't have to do very much. In fact, he played terribly, and you guys still won, regardless of the opponent. And so, again, I think that's due to the run game, and I think the defense is becoming more physical, but that back end has to be shored up. The back end has to be shored up, especially again going against the Buffaloes and the Buffalo Bills and the Patriots of the world and the Colts of the world. That back end has to be shored up. And other than that, I think they can go win this division with Lamar at the helm. I think they could go win this division, especially if the Steelers just keep falling and falling and falling and falling even more. So it's going to be interesting to see what this team does. It's going to be interesting to see. Fellas, let's stick in the AFC North. Cincinnati Bengals receiver Jamar Chase was suspended for a game. And man, that hurts because he's on my fantasy team. But he was suspended for a game for spitting on Jalen Ramsey. Now, fellas, if you don't mind, I'm going to take off on this first because I was raised on respect. I was raised on you respect that person until they give you a reason not to respect them. Even at that point in time, you never spit on somebody. You spit on the ground. When you spit on the ground. So if you're spitting on me, you're saying that I'm even less than the ground. Jamar Chase is one hell of a football player. He is one of the 3 best receivers in football. Where you have him, don't got much to do with me. But he is one of the greatest players in the NFL right now. Sorry, I saw it coming. Kevin's stupid. But I say that as a joke. But spitting on somebody is the most disrespectful thing you can do. It is worse than name calling. It is worse than low blow. It's worse than anything you could possibly do. Spitting on somebody is the worst thing you could possibly do. Rightfully so, he was suspended, as he should be. Jalen Ramsey handled it a lot better than I would have. He handled it a lot better than I would have because I wouldn't have stopped. You don't spit on anybody. And the fact that the fact that Jamar Chase after the game was asked about it. He was asked, "Did you spit on Jalen Ramsey?" He point blank lied and said, "I did not spit on Jalen Ramsey," in so many words. And fellas, I don't understand why this is just becoming a cool thing. Like, why not a cool thing, but why is it becoming common? Jalen Carter did it earlier this year. Willy-nilly. Jamar Chase obviously did it last week. I don't understand why spitting on people is becoming so, like, again, just, whatever. That is the most disrespectful thing you can do to somebody. I don't understand, man. I give credit to Jalen Ramsey. I don't do it much because I'm not the biggest fan of Jalen Ramsey in the world. But for that instance, he handled it a lot better than I would have because I don't think I would have stopped. I don't think I would have stopped because I have family that's watching me. Jalen Ramsey has children. And his children saw their father get spit on. Jalen Ramsey's a brother. He's a father. He's a boyfriend, husband, whatever it is. He's a son. And I'm watching my son, dad, brother get spit on by another man? That is a joke. That is a joke. I think I think Jamar Chase deserved the suspension wholeheartedly. And the fact that he went and lied about it was pathetic. It was pathetic. And to see that was a joke. That was absurd. That was every possible adjective you can use towards that situation. D'Lo, when you look at what Jamar Chase did, what was your takeaway and how do you The reaction that Jalen Ramsey had, do you think that it was just?
That's the question. Of course it was. Let it, I promise you, let another man spit on me. Pause. We're throwing hands.
Yeah.
That it just has to happen. Like you're not gonna disrespect me that way, and then think that you're not gonna catch hands. It's just not gonna happen. So. mm, Yeah, I don't know what it is because you mentioned it. Jalen Carter did it mm, earlier in the season. Now I think his was even more disrespectful because Dak Prescott wasn't even doing anything.
No.
And I think that's the crazy part. But no, I don't care what he says. You don't spit on somebody else. And so I think the reaction is justifiable. I think that Jamar Chase should be suspended for the game. Mm, I mean, not a whole lot to this. I think it's pretty cut and dry what needed to happen, and they did it. So
Yeah, I agree,
Yeah.
man. That's crazy. Like I wasn't really paying attention to that game. It got to a blowout at one point, but I seen the clips and I was like, man, you spit on dude, that's crazy. I'm with y'all, man. Even if you're not no fighter and you a sweet angel, whatever the case may be, somebody spit on you, you gotta fire off on them. It's that
Have to.
simple. And
Have to. I mean, like you spit on the ground, Kyson. Like you spit. You calling me? You are telling me I'm equal to the ground.
yeah, and those two been having beef since the Super Bowl back in 21, Bengals and Rams.
In LA. Yeah.
Yeah, Jamar's giving him that work, so they've been having beef. But to what you said, Jamal, you said I think you made a great point. Like there's somebody, husband, brother, son, nephew. Like I know they was in Jamar DMs talking reckless, man. Hey,
What? Hey, come on now. Like, I don't know where Jalen Ramsey is from, but
Florida, I think. I'm pretty sure.
is it Florida? I was thinking Florida too, but I didn't want to be wrong.
And
But
Jamar from that boot.
dog,
From I'm from Louisiana.
like,
So
come on now, like that. And that's another thing. I know because one, obviously, Kyson, I know you from Louisiana, and I know you would never spit on nobody. So the fact that that's the representation of where he comes from is such a bad look. What are we doing?
and that's the tough part, He at LSU, alumni. He was one of the best, if not the best receiver to come out of LSU. And, we always keep those ties. But in the NFL, he a Bengal. So
Yeah.
he got them Bengal, he got them Bengal traits in him now, And like I said, it's just I think that's an indictment on the Bengals season this year. So it's unfortunate. I got Jamar Chase on my fantasy team too. So it is unfortunate, but it's great to see the Bengals be without him for sure.
we talk about
what's up
that's what Cincinnati is this year. That's what Cincinnati has been the past couple of years.
Yeah.
Ever since that Super Bowl, they've just been downhill.
Big head. They got too big of a head.
They got
And
arrogant.
I think that you're seeing the side effects of that part because they think that they should be a lot better than they are. And
Absolutely.
when you're getting blown out to, let's be honest, a really mid Steelers team, I'd be mad too. But
Yeah.
it just doesn't justify what he did. And that's the problem.
Absolutely not.
No. Also, side note, what is up with Jalen Ramsey and Cincinnati Bengal receivers? Yeah, the same problem with that. Not the same. AJ Green never spit on him, but he always had problems with AJ Green. Now it's Jamar Chase. What's up? What's Jalen Ramsey just don't like the Bengals apparently.
He's just problematic.
Yeah, no, that's nasty. You know what? Let's take a few minutes. We don't have to spend too much time on this. We were talking about Baltimore and the Browns. Let's talk and let's talk about Shador. Let's talk about how he played, and let's talk about his start coming up. Now he is going to get the start. I'm not sure who they're playing against, but
The Raiders.
with the Raiders, yeah. So he's going to get the start against the Raiders with Dylan Gabriel being out because of his head injury. I think he's still in concussion protocol. Kyson, you obviously watched this game. What you watched every minute of that game, Baltimore and Cleveland, and so you watched every snap that Shador played. What was your assessment of Shador's first regular season NFL action, and how can he use that to learn to go on and play the Raiders next week?
Yeah, I kind of tapped on it before when we were talking about, the Ravens earlier. I'm not gonna really harp on it too much. I mean, obviously, he got thrown out there into the wolves, and for the most part, that's usually what happens. These guys get thrown out into the wolves, and I made a point that he never had reps with the first team guys, and that's pretty common in the NFL. These quarterbacks, they like to play the whole game. They like to play each and every snap at practice. They don't want to give the backup no type of confidence to think that they can F with them, because you can't. I'm the starter, you're the backup. When you get your chance, you go get your chance. And so I don't like the narrative that, oh, well, he doesn't have any reps with the starters. That's pretty normal. We're going to see, I think this weekend against the Raiders, we're going to see what he can really do. He's got to worry about Max Crosby. And I think that's really it on that D-line for the Raiders. But other than that, he should have a pretty good day. And hopefully Kevin Stefanski, his coach, can, give him a boost, give him a game plan. Let's run the ball. Let's get the run game established. Here, Shador, what's some of your favorite plays you like to run? Hopefully Stefanski does not handicap him in this game against the Raiders, so we can get a clear look. And as I said before, man, I just really hate that his debut came against us, because we was on that. He got sacked like the second play, threw an interception a few plays later. And that's exactly what we needed to win that game. So he played horrible. To be quite frank, he threw 16 passes, only completed 4 of them for 16 yards. He did start getting a little bit momentum in that last drive. And I think that last drive is all for Browns fans. That's what you take and run with. Not the third quarter, not the beginning of the fourth. That last drive, you take that and you take it to the bank, or you take it to the gas station and try to cash a lottery ticket with it. Because I think that last drive showed promise. And I think for the Browns, that's all they're really looking for. Those poor little things.
D'Lo, when you look at Shador and how he played Sunday in his NFL debut, obviously it was rough, didn't look great. What did you see that he did well, and what did you see that he needs to do better, what he needs to improve upon going into his game against the Raiders?
I think the biggest thing coming from that last drive is he has the presence to stand tall in the pocket and actually strike downfield, which is something we have not seen from Dylan Gabriel. We just haven't seen him take shots downfield, um, which I think is pretty typical of a rookie. For a rookie, you kind of want these short to medium routes where you just build their confidence more and more, and then eventually they start checking it downfield. Um, I think that's what Shador needs right now. And Kevin Stefanski is a good enough play caller to just get people, very short yard open and let them make the play and let Shador gain some confidence. Mm, But they've got to get the ball out quick. That's the number one thing is Kevin Stefanski has to draw up plays to get the football out of his hands as quickly as possible. Because now you have Max Crosby on the other end, and we know what he does, right? So um, they got to find a way to get some yak and then allow him to open up and throw the deep ball, because I think he did it pretty well in that last drive. So I think that's really the key. Establishing a run game would be very helpful because then you also get the play action and you can, take some shots as well. So they just have a lot of work ahead of them. But I mean, if you're only looking at that last drive, he showed a lot of promise. But if you're looking at it in entirety, um, he's just got to get the ball out. It's not college where you can hold it, 10, 20 seconds, scramble all across the field. That's just not what it is. And I think that's the hardest adjustment for quarterbacks to make. And he just has to find a way to do it.
I'm going to say this, and I still fully believe this. I was saying this going into the draft. I still believe this wholeheartedly right now. Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in the 2025 draft class. I have all the confidence in the world in saying that. And again, I know we've seen guys like Jackson Dart. I know we've seen Cam Ward play. I still wholeheartedly believe that Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in this class. He just needs the chance to prove it. I think he's going to get that chance for the rest of this season and beyond, because I think he's going to get an opportunity. I've said it as a Cardinals fan right now. I saw a mock trade. We talked about it in our chat a few days ago. I saw a mock trade for between the Cardinals and the Browns saying that Shedeur would send. We lost Kyson, but I'm sure he'll be back in a second or two. But I'm sure that it was a trade. The Cardinals would receive a 2026 second round pick and a 2027 third round pick and Shedeur Sanders for Kyler Murray. I would take that in a heartbeat, D'Lo. I would take that in a heartbeat. One, you're getting a second and a third round pick right now. Not right now, but in exchange for it. I'll take that right now because I don't know if you're going to do better than that for in a trade for Kyler Murray. And two, you get Shedeur Sanders, who I'm very high on. He's a Big 12 Player of the Year last year. He led the nation in completion percentage. He's a very good quarterback. D'Lo, to your point, he's got to get rid of the football. He has to get rid of the football. And I think he's a very good decision maker. He can make throws. Shedeur Sanders is very talented. I said, I fully believe he's the best quarterback in this draft. And once he is able to prove that, I think he'll be able to prove me right. But yeah, he's got to get the ball fast. He's got to get rid of the ball faster. He can throw the ball downfield. He can hit those intermediate routes, those 10, 15, 17-yard routes. And also he can put touch on the ball. Now, again, he has a very good arm. And he's also, I think, the most accurate quarterback in this draft. But again, these D linemen in the NFL ain't what college has. They're just not. And so in order for him to make those better decisions and think on his feet a little bit better, he's going to have to get rid of the ball. He's going to have to understand that these defensive linemen, these edge guys, they're all getting paid. All of them. They're all getting paid. And so they're fast and they can move. So I like Shedeur a lot. I think he's going to get an opportunity. I'm glad that he's going to get this opportunity against a lesser defense, that is the Raiders, but they still do have an elite pass rusher in Max Crosby. So we're going to see how Shedeur plays in a full 60-minute football game in which he gets an opportunity to showcase what he's able to do. But I'm glad that he's getting the opportunity. I really am. I'm happy for him. All right, fellas, there was another big game this week, and it just added on to my misery. But the Chiefs and the Broncos beat the Chiefs in their AFC West showdown this week. I don't see. Look at Kyson. What you enjoy?
Country.
Oh, okay. All right. You do have a different hat on, so I wasn't sure if you were okay. I just want to double check on you, make sure that you are all right. I don't know. I've never heard you say that before.
Broncos country.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, he's okay. So he said it twice. Anyways, the Broncos beat the Chiefs this week. I believe it's 19-16. I believe was the score.
22-19.
18-15. Right?
Was
22-19.
22-19. 22. The Broncos beat the Chiefs at home 22-19. It was a very close game. There were mistakes made down the stretch for Kansas City. But the Broncos took advantage. Took advantage. There was some skepticism on the competition that the Broncos have played this year so far. But they played the Chiefs and they came out with the W. And again, this is one of the teams that has been the best in the fourth quarter so far this season. Kyson, what did you see from the Broncos? And are you a believer in the Broncos? Do you think they can go win the AFC West and make a deep playoff run?
The Broncos, they played how they've been playing, man. That defense is absolutely insane. They're different than the Eagles last year. They do things a little differently. They don't have the front four. They got a bunch of everything. They got good secondary, good backers. Nick Benito off the edge. I mean, excuse me, sorry again. They are just killing it. On the defensive end, they're without their top corner, Certain, and it doesn't really look like they're missing a beat. Other than that, Taekwon Thornton deep bomb to their white corner, Riley Moss. I mean, that's their only weak link on defense, you know. But other than that, on the offensive side, I'm not sold on Bo Nix whatsoever. Uh, I'm not sold on him. He's okay. And Sean Payton is he's the embodiment of not believing in Bo Nix. They A coach gonna call what he thinks you see, like what he sees fit for you. So if he sees at practice that this is what you are, then this is what he's gonna line up for you. And until you show him otherwise, that's when we're gonna get the more exotic play calls. We're gonna get deep routes thrown more often. But another thing is they got to get the run game going. Um, Without the run game, this offense is literally nothing. I had Bo Nix on my fantasy team, but I had to bench him because he's just
Oh boy,
inconsistent.
that's
And I had
rough.
high hopes for him, but he will. I think he's a decent player. He'll come into his own. But for this team to be a contender, they need a quarterback, man. Um, it's too many teams like them, like the Colts, that have a s- somewhat better quarterback. I mean, Daniel Jones has experience. He's been in the playoffs. Um, Bo Nix has too, but I'm just not sold on him. Um, for the Chiefs though, this is shocking. Like D'Lo said earlier, the the teams that we thought were going to be the juggernauts are not the juggernauts, and it's honestly confusing. And I think the glaring concerns that the Chiefs have always had are finally starting to pop up in our face. They don't have a run game. They've never had a run game, but now they really, really need one. And also, I think teams are starting to figure out Andy Reid. I think they're starting to figure out Andy Reid because we said, all right, everyone's healthy. This offense should be flowing again. And yeah, it does against bad teams, but when y'all need them, where's Rasheed Rice? Where's Hollywood? You're relying on receiver five to make a do or die play to keep you on in the game. The Chiefs, they got problems. So, and I'm not going to really dive too deep into their problems because I can care less. Honestly, I'm very happy that they are going through this, but I'm nowhere near counting them out. I need to see them below 500. I need to see them completely out of contention of making the playoffs before I put any team in the AFC over them. But with no Mahomes, I like my guy Lamar, and I like Josh Allen. You still need a quarterback, Jamal. Like you still need a quarterback. I get they're
Every
playing
day.
good in the regular season, but when it's time to make a play, we've seen it time and time again. Sam Darnold yesterday. Sam Darnold versus Stafford in the clutch. Who y'all picking?
Oh boy, it's not even thinking twice. Give me 9.
JJ McCarthy?
Oh boy, I know,
he
I know
he
that
said,
bump.
hey, he said
I know
nine,
that
so
bump. Oh no, I'm talking about 9 in LA, boy. That's a bad boy down there. That's a bad boy. Hey, JJ McCarthy, boy,
that's a
BUN.
bad boy too.
Oh yeah, he's terrible, boy. That's the only problem. I use it. He's a terrible boy. Yeah, boy ain't no good. He ain't. But Jason McCarthy ain't no good, dog. I've been trying to tell people that nobody want to listen. I said, I watch what I tell you. Yeah, Kyson, I think that's a great point. D'Lo, 5 words. I got 5 words for you, and then what's wrong with the Chiefs? I see. I'm not when I counted it before I said it. See, I knew because I knew you said you ain't gonna be no good, so I counted it before I said it.
I mean, if you discount the apostrophe, it's what is from.
No, don't do that. See, there you go. No. What's is one word. Listen. I went to school, sort of.
We went to us three went to a very, very poorly funded school. So
yeah. Very, very bronze water. There's nothing gold about it. Very bronze water. Sorry. All right, D'Lo. Yeah. Can you tell me what's wrong? What's with these idiots?
Got 5 words as an answer if you care for that. Patrick Mahomes can't throw deep. And that's
Thank you all
what
for
it
watching.
is.
I appreciate you, everybody watching, as always.
And that's what it is. If you look at the stats since Tyreek Hill has gotten traded, Patrick Mahomes can't throw the deep ball. And
Tyreek Hill got
is
traded. He has
what it
2 Super
is.
Bowls.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And now they're figuring it out. Travis Kelce is on the decline. We all know it. We all love it. I love it, in all honesty. Hope he retires soon. But when you're looking at it, this is our be all end all best quarterback in the league. And when you look at his completion percentages, deep pass completion, he's 38%. That's 17th in the NFL. When you look at the accuracy, he's 23rd in the NFL. Again, this is the best quarterback in the league. And it is what it is. And I think the main problem with that is that he just doesn't have the deep threat anymore. They rely so heavily on these short gains and mid gains from Travis Kelce, and you get Rashee Rice, and you try and let him use his speed to make a play, Xavier Worthy. And that's fine, but that's easy to beat. It just is. And I think you're seeing it now. The run game isn't open. There's no play action. There's no deep bombs. And I think that's the biggest problem with the Chiefs right now is that the offense is really just stagnant. And it's not saying that it's his fault, but it's a big part of the problem. I don't know what you do to fix the Chiefs. I honestly don't know what you do right now. In this very moment, in this very season, I don't think that there's an answer. I don't think that they are Super Bowl contenders to me. I get it. You have Patrick Mahomes, and if they make the playoffs, you can't count him out because he's Patrick Mahomes. But if you're looking at this objectively, I just think that there are a handful of better teams that are playing better right now. And looking at it through that lens, I can't say that the Chiefs are really any good right now.
Go ahead, Kyson.
I got four words for y'all. The Chiefs are cheap. They are cheap.
Thank
Very,
you.
very cheap. Like
And
other than Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, and Patrick, no one they're not paying no one else.
no.
And that O line shaky, very shaky.
Yep.
And to your point, D'Lo, I agree with you. Mahomes is struggling throwing the ball, but I think because they throw so much, they don't run the ball number 12 times a game
But
for
Kyson, to that
30
point,
yards.
they can't run the ball. That's their biggest problem. That's their biggest problem. They cannot run the ball. They cannot. At this day, right now, at this point in time, where the NFL is at right now, you can force teams to be one-dimensional. I don't care if you have Patrick Mahomes. I don't care if you have Tom Brady. I don't care if you have Justin Fields or Tyrod Taylor. If you are not able to run the ball, you will have very little success. The teams that are running the ball the best, the Indianapolis Colts. Boy, aren't they running the ball at a pretty high level? Like the teams that are successful, the Chicago Bears have had a pretty good job, and you see where they're at right now. DeAndre Swift and company have done a pretty good job of running the ball. Tampa Bay, same thing. Buffalo Bills leading the league in rushing. You have to be able to run the ball, because if you make these teams one-dimensional and you force them to do one thing, so you already know what's coming. Everybody knows the Chiefs are going to throw the ball. I don't care who you have back there. Everybody knows the Chiefs are going to throw the ball. So if teams already know what you're going to do, they can prepare for what you're going to do. You have to be able to run the ball. You have to be able to open up the pass game with the run. Kareem Hunt ain't getting the job done. Kareem Hunt can't move anymore. Can't move. Isaiah Pacheco, he's hurt. But even when he was healthy, he's not playing very well. Now, on the Broncos side of things, Knicks, again, I do believe he's a very average quarterback. I don't think he's anything special. I don't think he's very great. I think he's just kind of okay. He played well on Sunday.
He's a game manager. It is what it is.
Now, I got to give him credit where his credit is due. He played very well on Sunday. He had a very good game. He made a very big throw at the end. Now, should have been called false start. That last play to Troy Franklin to set up that field goal should have been called for a false start. Now, was it? No, it wasn't. But we'll move on. Nonetheless, it was a great throw. Jalen Watson got beat because he was trying to convince the referees to throw a flag for the false start. It is what it is. I was saying as I'm watching the game, stop focusing on the referees. They didn't call it, so get back on the play. And then he got burned. So that was a great throw he made to Troy Franklin to set up that field goal on third down, third and long. That is. But I do like, and now where's Kevin? I know Kevin mentioned him here. Oh, J.K. Dobbins is out, so it's R.J. Harvey. Now, R.J. Harvey is a rookie. He played. I'm very familiar with R.J. Harvey. He played at UCF, University of Central Florida last year. He was one of the best running backs in the country. He was very, very good. So he can play. He's going to be RB1 now that J.K. Dobbins is out. So I do like that aspect of the Broncos game. It's all going to come down to crunch time, and the Broncos have been the best when it comes to crunch time in the NFL this year. They've done a very good job in the fourth quarter. So now, am I a believer in the Broncos? Do I think they're a real contender? No, absolutely not. I think the Colts are a lot closer than they are. I think obviously Buffalo, and if Baltimore gets into the playoffs, I think they have more of a chance. The Patriots, I know Kevin's watching. I don't know how to feel about it.
Don't do it.
No, I'm not a believer in the Patriots. I don't think they're
yes.
Yeah. I don't think they're a good football team. No, I don't think they're a team that can make a deep run into the playoffs. I don't think Drake May is ready yet. I don't think that defense will hold up against a Josh Allen. Now, they did earlier this year, but I don't think that defense will hold up against some of these top guys. So again, they're 9-2. They haven't played the best of competition. Now, to their credit, they've beaten who they're supposed to beat, and they've also beaten a couple good teams. They beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2 weeks ago. They beat Buffalo earlier in the year, so they've beat some teams. Drake May has looked really good in the process. Not exactly that big of a believer in the Patriots yet. Now, if I'm wrong and they prove me wrong and they make it to the AFC Championship, or I will gladly come on here and say I was wrong. But I'm going to have to see it to believe it. I don't believe in this Patriots team entirely yet.
Listen, if they come out and they beat Buffalo again, because that game is coming up in a few weeks, as well as Baltimore, if they beat those two, I'll consider it. I'll consider it. Till then, I'm not rocking with it.
Yeah, you gotta beat a real demon. A real angel.
Oh.
Lamar doesn't want to be called demon.
And that one is Buffalo. I don't think Baltimore is in that conference.
Respectable.
Now I
We're getting there.
see. Let me actually go ahead. Let me go ahead and say this. I was wrong when Kevin told me that they were going to win 10 games. Like I thought he was insane before the
I
season
did too.
started.
I did
Yeah.
too.
So I was wrong.
But then again, nobody expected Drake May to come out and play at the level that he is now.
No.
We expected him
No.
to be good. We didn't
Mhm.
expect him to be MVP level good.
Tom Brady,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. Okay. All
Uh,
right. No.
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 Like
Not just
nobody expected
no.
that from him. Nobody expected Stephon Diggs to come out and do what he's done and coming off the injury. And so I think that they just have a lot clicking right now. We'll see how it holds up in the playoffs.
Hey, you know Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
he
don't.
tilt.
Yeah. Yeah. See, they. Yeah. Try. Hey, listen. He get a little involved, a little too involved, in that horizontal activity. He's gonna get a little dead. So.
And he stopped getting involved on the field, he gonna let you know.
Oh yeah. But Kevin trying to again, Kevin. The one thing I will say about Kevin is, boy, if he is right, he will let you know that he
Right.
was right about something. But
Yeah,
boy,
well,
hey, he will let you know. So
Hey
he
man,
said
we
that
waiting for you. We waiting for you to come speak your
yeah, he could
come on
say
the
it on
show.
the pod,
he don't want to
but
for whatever reason.
he's ducking.
And so he said that he said 3 times he did. That he knew that Drake
He's
May was going to
God,
do
let
this.
me get this.
he's
But
ducking the smoke on the pod.
He
Absolutely
definitely is ducking
ducking.
pod smoke for sure.
Kevin also said that the Cavs would make it to the finals last year.
Man, we ain't talking about
Yeah,
that.
So I there's only so much I can believe.
and they're
There's so
on
much I
fraud
can
watch. They're on super fraud watch.
Oh, absolutely. And
Absolutely.
as of course, got to shout out BBF. Got to shout out
to
John
It's a holiday.
Holiday. Shout out my dog, man. And Papa Dano says the Pats could win out. Wow, what I mean, he's a Cowboys fan and he's supporting the Patriots. What is this like the worst fandom of? Is this like the
I'm
worst?
biased.
I'm related, you know.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
this
don't
kind of
support
sucks, bro.
I don't support this nonsense. I don't.
Hey, listen,
know.
Papa Dano. I got a lot of love for you, brother. You know what I'm saying? I haven't met you. I hope to meet you one of these days, but I got a lot of love for you. But this is not a good. It's not a good look.
It's not a good look. And no,
this is not a. It's not a good
At all.
start. The Patriots support. Patriot. Yeah, that was rough. English. Maybe I can speak sometimes.
Yeah, we know.
It's second language, y'all.
Yeah. See, thank you. I my first language was Swahili. So yeah, no, it's not. I wish I could speak Swahili.
Goofy.
Yeah. And then he's, look at that. What is going on here? Anyways, I think Kevin and Dano are building a relationship sooner. Okay. Let's talk about
Crazy.
oh,
crazy.
well, I appreciate you, Kevin. Yeah, thank you, bro. I'm telling you, you're supposed to be on here with us, but
Yeah,
maybe one.
Could be a great show. Could be a great show.
Yeah, Kev, what are you doing? All right, let's talk about another divisional matchup that happened on Sunday: the Rams and the Seahawks. The Rams did sneak away with the W, 21-19. Sam Darnold did not look great whatsoever. He threw for about 250 yards. I'm trying to find the stats here, but 250 yards, 4 interceptions. Fellas, it looked like he was out there indeed seeing ghosts again against the Rams, and again in a huge matchup. Now, this is what I was more expecting from Sam Darnold. 279 yards, 4 picks. Matthew Stafford did his thing. Didn't throw for a ton of yards, 130 yards, 2 touchdowns. They ran the ball really well. But D'Lo, is this what you were expecting from this matchup? We talked about it a little bit last week. Is this what you were expecting between two of the very best teams in the NFC?
Yeah, I thought this game was going to be a dogfight. I like both of their defenses. And to like Seattle's just a little bit more. And I think you saw it. Matthew Stafford did not have. I mean, he had a good game, but by comparison to the rest of his season, this was a bad game for Matthew Stafford. I think the key thing is that he did not turn the ball over. and that's what won them this game. And I'm telling you right now, looking at this game, I think Seattle might be better. I really do. Um, if Sam Darnold throws 4 interceptions and you only lose by 2 points, I would call it a win. I would call it a win. Like there, in no world am I calling this a loss for Seattle because they played well enough to win, especially the defense. Um, JSN, he still went out and did his thing, and love that guy. We might have to have a conversation about him being top one
Okay, I
because
don't know about one,
he
but
he is really good at what he does. Mm, He can be number two. He can be number two. He's still behind Jettis. Anyway,
in
yeah,
front of
I like
Chase.
it. The
Okay,
conversation.
sorry.
It's a
This year he's number
conversation.
one. He didn't pass Puka. I had
Yeah,
Puka number one this year, but Jason got it for sure.
But
I'm with you on that.
yeah, I think if Sam Darnold doesn't turn the ball over 4 times, I think they win this game. If he turns the ball over 3 times, I think they win this game. I think it was that close. It was going to be a defensive slug. The Rams just came out on top because they didn't turn the ball over, and that's just what it is. But with that said, looking at how the overall trajectory of this game was, I think that Seattle is probably the better team.
Real quick, Kyson, before we get your take on it, gotta Kev does coach practice. He does coach. He is still coaching. He's coaching in another league, so he had practice today. That's all right. Well, I guess we'll give him a pass for that.
Nope, no
And then
pass.
Holiday,
He's still ducking smoke.
yeah. And then Holiday, of course, who streams on TikTok and is on TikTok all the life, who makes fantastic content over there on TikTok, is currently streaming as we speak right now. And his
Extreme
chat says
snipers.
hi. Yeah, facts. But he's streaming on TikTok right now. I'm always tuning in. I'm always trying to tap in and support my dog. So BBF Holiday on TikTok. If you have not followed already, you need to ASAP. But Kyson, this team and how well the Seahawks have played all year, was that the real Sam Darnold? Did the real Sam Darnold stand up on Sunday against the Rams, or was that just an outlier?
So let me ask you something. Who did Sam Darnold play in his last game as a Viking?
Matthew Stafford and the Rams?
Then that's your answer, man. That was the real Sam Darnold, and it sucks. It really does suck. You know, he's been balling. He balled last year, but this is who he is. When it comes down to it, we need you. This is what he's gonna do, and it handicaps you. That's why Kenneth Walker had a day. That's why they had to run the ball. They had to JSN 9 catches, 105 yards. That's a lot of dink and dunk. That's a lot of. It was no deep bombs to the end zone. It was a lot of methodical play, and that's what the Rams made him do. And because that's where he struggles at. He struggles playing that. I need to make 80 yards down this field for touchdown. He's a he's a JSN merchant. He's a wide receiver one merchant. Last year, big play to Addison, big play to Jefferson. Okay, we down the field, run the ball a few times, score. Right. Same thing this year. We got JSN, best receiver. We just said it, best receiver in the league this year. He down there somewhere. Give it to him. But the Rams knew that. The Rams were on top of it early. Jason, you got rolling as the game went by. But in the beginning, it was all Rams, and it's to my point I was saying earlier. You can be as good as a team as you want to. I agree. The Seahawks are a better team than the Rams, but the Rams got something the Seahawks don't. A Super Bowl winning quarterback. It matters. Who cares if I threw for 130? We won. Y'all never had a chance to win because I wasn't going to give you the chance to win. Darnold gave the game away. It to what D'Lo said. If they turn the ball over 3 times, it looks a little bit better. But 4 it's crazy. because you're handicapping us as an offense. Now, if we have to throw it, yes, because we're down, but we can't bomb it. We can't we can't do what we usually do. We can't. We're very limited because we're irresponsible. So it's definitely unfortunate. Seahawks. That's like my NFC team, my dark horse NFC team. I think they're gonna do big things, but I'm a little unconvinced after this win. I think yes, I agree with D'Lo. They're a better team than the Rams, but you need a quarterback, and unless Sam Darnold these next few weeks and in the playoffs when it gets there, if he can show me that he's ready for these moments, then I'll count the Seahawks as legit contenders.
Yeah, shout out
Um,
to McVay. He's got Sam Darnold figured out.
yeah. Yeah, Sean McVay, aside from maybe the Niners, Sean McVay has the entire NFC West figured out. I mean, Sean McVay
Yeah.
is just one hell of a football coach.
Glad you said
The
except for
Seahawks,
the Niners. Glad you
That's
said
why,
that.
hey,
yeah,
that's why them
that's
games
gonna,
be dog fights, chess matches,
yeah,
no matter who's playing.
yeah.
Shanahan.
Those are two of the greatest coaches in football. And now, but Mike McDonald is right there though.
He's
Mike
getting there.
McDonald is a fantastic football coach, and he's done a fantastic job with his football team. I know y'all
Look,
miss him down there.
we literally said you can look up Ravens Mike McDonald. We all said it. Put him as head coach. When he was our DC, we went to the AFC Championship. We held Patrick Mahomes
You
to
done with John
7
Harbaugh?
points. Put Harbaugh, we was gonna do what the Celtics did. Put Harbaugh in the front office and call it a day. We held
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes to 3.5 points.
Yeah, Mike McDonald has done
Like,
one hell of a job
what?
with that Seahawks team. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I think the Seahawks are a very good team. But apparently, not apparently. What you're going to need to do in the playoffs is you're going to have excellent. You have to have excellent quarterback play, and not just good, not just great. You're going to have excellent quarterback play. Your quarterback has to be at his best in order for your team to go make a run. No matter how good the defense is, no matter how good your supporting staff is on offense, you have to be at your best. And at their best, I like Stafford over anybody in the NFC West. Now, when we go into the entire NFC, Stafford is in that conversation. I don't know if he's at the top of that conversation, but we will soon. Again, he's not.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
Listen. I will argue.
You don't you dare say.
Don't say it.
Don't you dare say.
Don't say it.
What do you want me to say?
They're not even in the
What do you want me to
same.
say?
He's
They're not
not
in
even.
the same category.
want me
Not
to
even
say?
close.
Don't do
He's
it.
tiers below him. Don't do it, bro.
Okay, don't do that, guys. He's not tears. Right now, Matthew Stafford is playing better than Jordan Love. He is. But at his best,
Jordan Love is not a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford right now.
Stafford's
he's
in
not.
MVP talks,
He's not.
man.
He's not. He is. But I don't know. I love Jordan Love. He can play, dog. Anyways,
He's been shaky.
That he has. But he's been able to win games for the most part. He's done a good job winning games. All right, fellas, let's finish off the show with some basketball. LeBron James made his season debut tonight, boys. Now, let me get his stats for the night because I believe
Not
that
very
game.
good.
No,
He definitely rusty. I've been watching it.
Yeah, he,
Here
on
you
the
go.
stats sheet,
11 points, 12 assists, 3 rebounds in 30
Hey,
minutes.
he was gonna get them double digits.
Now, here's the thing. I think this is the role he's going to play.
Mhm.
I don't think he's going to average more than 20 or 21 points. I don't think he's going to have average more than 29 or between 30 and 35 minutes. He's not going to be this superhero, this Superman that he's had to be over the past 10 years or the entirety of his career. He's going to be this guy. He's going to be the facilitator. Get the ball to your best player because he is no longer that. Get the ball to Luka Doncic and have him make plays. Luka Doncic, 37 points tonight, 10 assists. Now, the turnovers is going to have to come down. You cannot turn the ball over 7 times and think you're going to have success if you're Luka Doncic. LeBron has 12 assists to 1 turnover. I think this is the role that LeBron is going to have. He's going to be this facilitator that gets everybody involved when Luka is doing his thing and scoring. I don't think he's going to be that number one guy anymore. He's just not. He's not there anymore in his career. And as well as he's not the best player on his team. He's not the best scorer on his team. That label belongs to Luka Doncic. And I think Luka is showing you exactly the reason why tonight. Go ahead, D-Lo.
I want to preference this because I 100% agree. If that he will probably hover around 20 to 21 and he will have double-digit assist numbers. The caveat here is until playoff time. Once playoff time hits, I expect the jump because he may be having a really good season right now, but I'm not convinced of Austin Reeves. I'm still not convinced, especially come playoff time. He gets clamped come playoff time, and he can't guard a traffic.
Yeah.
So really, it's going to come down to Luka and LeBron, and you kind of just hope that everyone else hits a couple threes here and there. And I think that LeBron can and will take a jump come playoff time if he has to. That's also the other thing is that if he has to, I think Luka has already shown that he can take that jump and be, this 35 point per game triple double leader in playoff time and win them some games. If they face a really good defensive team, I just don't know if it's going to be enough. And that's the problem I have with Lakers. I don't think they have what it takes offensively to overcome OKC. I don't think they have what it takes to overcome Denver. These elite teams out west. I just don't see it happening. So, I mean, they can enjoy it now. I think they'll be a good regular season team, but come playoff time, if he doesn't take this step, I just don't see them getting out of even the first round.
You know what? I'm glad you said that, D-Lo, because Kyson, I want to ask you, with LeBron coming back and him playing the way that he's played today, again, just 11 points, but 12 assists and only 1 turnover. I think that's the most impressive stat to me right now in his first game back. What's the ceiling for this Lakers team with LeBron? What is the ceiling for this season?
I definitely think the ceiling for the Lakers is conference finals. I think the West is pretty much wide open due to the fact that OKC just waiting for a classmate. I think OKC is booked to go to conference finals. For what we've seen so far, I mean J Dub he's still not going to be ready for like another month, and they're perfectly fine without him. He might go longer just to make sure he's good, because and they lost their rookie Thomas Somber, and they just keep getting dudes out the blue. Ajayi Mitchell, Kaysen Wallace, um, what's his name? I can't think of his name, but they got 12,
Isaiah
13
Joe,
dudes.
another one's got it.
Isaiah Joe, like man, they just got so many, and I think the hardest thing for them is to let these guys go. Like I think that's the hardest thing because they got 3 draft picks in this next draft, and they first rounders. So they gotta figure out how they gonna get those guys in their lineup. And then they got the unfortunate situation with what's his face? Jokic. Can't think of his name. That's his last name, right? Jokic? Topic. Nikola
Oh,
Topic.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nikola, yeah. Yeah, wait for him to come back. So I think the West is wide open, and I think what's gonna get that next spot against OKC is experience. Now that narrows down to 4 teams: Warriors, Rockets, Spurs. No, Warriors, Rockets, Nuggets, and Lakers. All teams that got good talent, and They have experience. They got a veteran or veterans that are ready for the moment. Now, out of those four teams, the Lakers are the odd man out, in my opinion, because of the defense. They can't defend still. They still don't have a guy that they can, hey, go get him. Go get the best player and we'll be all right. Because they do have that in Vando, but Vando can't make a shot. And in today's
Yeah.
NBA, you can't have no dude. You can't have a dude that can only defend. You have to be able to hit a three. You have to be able to score. You cannot. We can't just leave you because that's a liability for our offense. So until the Lakers go and make a move, Marcus Smart was a great move. They need one more defender, one more guy that can hit shots and defend. I think that would uh, give them a lot of help. But to D'Lo's point, they look good in the regular season. I think they'll win a lot of games. They'll get a good three, maybe the fourth seed in the West. Um, I like Denver more. I like us as Houston Rockets more as well. That's a little biased, but I like those teams a little bit more. I'm just not convinced that LeBron will uh, uphill this third option role. I mean, it's inevitable, but will it actually work out? Um, I don't know. I honestly don't know because 11 points. I mean, yeah, they're beating the Jazz, but when it comes against the Timberwolves and the the better teams in the West, LeBron's gonna want the ball and he's gonna want to score a bunch of points, shoot a bunch of shots. It's just who he is,
Yeah.
And I don't think LeBron believes his team is there yet to take that back seat.
Which
I
is
now I'm with you, Kyson, to an extent. I think we are dreaming if we think the Lakers are going to get to the conference finals because I'm just keeping it a stack because that I can name 5 or 6 teams that have a better chance of getting to the conference finals than the Los Angeles Lakers. Thunder, Rockets, Nuggets, not in no order. Thunder, Rockets, Nuggets, Warriors. I really like the Warriors. Timberwolves, and I'm not sold on San Antonio yet, but you could possibly throw San Antonio in there.
they got to get healthy.
They don't. They have to get healthy. That's the number one thing, D'Lo. They have to get healthy. But in terms of that dog, but I mean, they got a lot of pieces over there. Kyson, like the Spurs got a lot of pieces. The Lakers can't defend very well. They just can't. And when it comes to, again, these teams that play offense at a very high level, when you look at the Thunder, when you look at the Rockets, and you look at the Nuggets, like these teams are very high scoring, fast paced teams. Now, I will say the Rockets are a little closer to the Lakers than I think the rest. And this is not just to kind of throw a shot at your team, Kyson. I do think they're a really good team. I don't know how they're going to fare down the stretch because I don't think they shoot the ball very well from deep, and I don't think they have a ball handler to handle the ball at the end of the games. Those are the 2 things that worry me the most about the Rockets. That's the only thing that those are the 2 biggest things that I think are going to cost them at down the stretch in the playoffs when they do play these games that they're going to be close. I think they're a very good defensive team. Offensively down the stretch, obviously you went and got that closer in Kevin Durant, but you have no ball handler. Fred VanVleet obviously tore his ACL, so he's done for the year. So that's the only thing. But the Lakers, I think their ceiling this year is first round. I think they could get out of the first round. I think they don't go any further than that. The West is too strong.
If they stay where they're at in that 4-5, 3-4-5 range.
100%.
Bronny getting in.
But
Real nice.
Like, see, there you go. See, there you go. So
that's the thing is like even if they play like the Timberwolves like they did last year, I don't think they beat the Timberwolves in a 7-game series.
I don't think the Timberwolves are so much better on the defensive end, and they can score the ball. Obviously, with Anthony Edwards being one of the best players in basketball, being back to the second best shooting guard in basketball.
Okay, here we go.
Yep,
we're gonna start it. You're turning into Kevin. You're turning into Kevin.
Nope, because I'm not saying the Suns gonna win a championship.
Well,
I'm not saying that. I'm saying the Suns can make the
You're
play and
you're
make it to the
you're
first
also
round.
you're also saying that he's now the best shooting guard in the NBA after what 15 games.
Well, that's because he is.
He
Anything else
hasn't
would be
done
blasphemy.
anything in 4 years.
Uh, uh, he just averaged 27, 7 and 7 last year.
That's
What do you
fine.
mean?
Anthony Edwards has been to back-to-back conference finals. Until Book does it again, you can't.
Oh, okay. Has he been to the finals?
Nope.
How has he played in those conference finals?
Nope.
Oh, so he hasn't played well in those conference finals when it matters most. You mean? Oh, okay. I've seen Book play well when it absolutely matters the most. I'm just saying. I haven't seen Anthony Edwards do that.
That's fine. Here we go. The bias is coming out.
No, I'm just saying. When you look at Devin Booker's numbers this year and look at Anthony Edwards, very different.
Mhm.
Very different.
Yep. And come playoff time, one is going to be winning and the other one is not.
Okay.
Very
Now
unfortunate.
one has a better team and one doesn't.
Yep.
Hey, off
You're
topic,
gonna tell me
real quick, but Bronny would be an insane corner.
he would be an insane cornerback. Bronny's built like he's put together. Pause. He's put together, bro. Like that's a big dude. Yeah, he should have went and played football. He should have went and did what his dad couldn't. So
6'2", 3-and-D, small forward.
yeah, he would have been
Hate to see
nasty.
it. Hate to see it.
All right, real quick. Since Kevin brought it up, where is it at? Kyson, Cavs Rockets tomorrow. Who you got?
Here we go.
Where is it? Is it in Houston or
I can find out right now. They are going to be.
we got a tough stretch coming up? Ooh,
They
Next
are
year
going
gonna
to
be rough.
be
look at
the
Cleveland. They're going to be in Cleveland.
We lose. Look, in the next 4, we go lose 2. So I don't think Cleveland's
tomorrow in Cleveland.
Tomorrow in Cleveland, and it's early. I like us. I like us close. Like, oh man, almost fell off this.
Also, Kevin, I don't hate LeBron. I don't hate LeBron. I just don't think he's the GOAT. And AE, I don't mind. Like AE is cool, but he just doesn't show up when it matters the most. So that's the only problems I have with him. Anyways,
Jokic
that's gonna close
averaging a triple double.
Well, that's Jokic. Jokic is the best player in
Yeah.
basketball. He's the best player in the world. He's
Bringing
insane.
it back to that question, though, it is definitely the Rockets. The Cavs are on fraud watch. The only player playing good this
They're always on
season.
fraud watch.
Only player playing good this season is Donovan Mitchell.
Actually,
Love that guy.
okay, D'Lo.
He's hooping.
D'Lo, we don't agree. We don't agree much. Can we just both agree on who's not the best shooting guard in the league?
Yeah, it's 100% not Donovan Mitchell.
Donovan Mitchell. Okay, we can all. Okay, I know we all don't agree much on this. That's my dog. That's my motherfucking dog. You see what I'm saying? That's my dog. You see, Kyson? That's why you and I. That's you and I right here with it, right here. All right, I'll take it. That's gonna close out the show. As always, shout out to these fellas, Kyson and co-host D'Lo. Appreciate these boys as always. Great show, fellas. It was a packed show. We should be back sometime this week, eventually, one of these days.
Free Kevin.
Yeah, free Kevin. Boy, locked down. Boy, on punishment.
Also, before we get out of here, shout out to the Detroit Pistons 11-game win streak. They're hooping. They're hooping.
They're playing pretty well. Okay, but Cade had 45 points on 46 shots that the other night. That's insane.
Cool and all, but he's not who I'm most impressed with.
Jalen Duren.
Shout out to Jalen Duren.
And you know who put my boy shout out my dog Kellen Olsen at work, covers the Suns for us at Arizona Sports. I was talking to him the other day. Dennis Jenkins, rookie for the Pistons, coming off the bench, firing, boy, scorching.
Mhm.
So Pistons looking dangerous. Now, championship contender, I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll have to see. But they so far this season, they look dangerous. But
You know what? Shout out Colin Gillespie.
hold on, shout out. See you and I, D-Lo, you and I right here. We're connected, dog. You see right here. Right here. Also, okay, pop it down real quick before we close the show. Since David pressed me on the Pats remark, I'm going to press him on this. How does D-Lo go to his boys' game and be wearing an NAU shirt and not a Niners jersey? LOL. Where's the Purdy or CM jersey? As in
Hey,
Christian McCaffrey?
listen, I'm telling you, college is not for the wealthy, or not for the broke, not for the broke. Let me tell you, I don't got no money.
Well, that makes two of us.
Man, you go get you a knockoff from Facebook Market, man.
That too. You better go on. You better go on Temu or Shein or something. Find you a little $20 CMC
I get
shirt.
I get one with CMC's number. That's Frank Gore.
22 Gore on the back. Yeah,
Third in rushing yards,
Hey.
ain't it?
Yep. I was gonna say as long as they got Niners on the front, you don't care who on the back. Pause.
I had a Ray Rice jersey.
Yep. Whoa. Okay. Hold on.
Whoa.
Hey.
Whoa.
All right.
Here we go.
Also,
for
do you want to
watching.
point out the Suns are up. The Suns are up 18 right now and about to go into the fourth quarter. And Colin Gillespie he's penetrating, stops, pulls back out. Jordan Goodwin for three. Wow, bro, we're about to be nice. We're about to close out the show. Shout out D-Lo, shout out Kyson. He's my dogs. Appreciate these fellas. We're gonna be back sometime this week. As always, if nobody else is gonna tell you, I love you. You matter. You have value. You woke up this morning. You have purpose, and if you don't know what it is, go find it. It's out there because we need to be grateful. We need to be grateful. There are a million people in your position. There's a million people that wish they could be in your position. So be grateful for what you got, what you have, and what you're going towards. That's going to close out the show. As always, remember, it is nice to be important, but it is much, much more important to be nice. We'll be back sometime this week to look ahead to week 12 of the NFL season and react to some more NBA news. For D-Lo, for Kyson, for yours truly, Gumball, we're out. Love y'all. Peace. Have a good night. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Gotta find